Hi guys, in today's video we're going to talk about short-term rentals, about holiday homes business in Dubai. Next to me my colleague Mariam.
Hello.
She's representing Locations Holiday Homes. It's a part of AQUA Group, and today Mariam will tell us how it works and what are the benefits for the investors to rent their units for short-term with the holiday home company. Hi Mariam, thank you so much to be part of this video.
Most welcome, thank you for having me.
So Mariam, first of all, briefly, I think tell us the concept of holiday homes, how it works, and then we discuss it more in details.
Okay, so as you know, like investors, when they buy a property, they have many options of what to do with their property. They can either go for like long-term rentals or they can choose short-term rentals. So like what's the difference between the two of them? First of all, in short-term rentals, like why are owners going now more for short-term rentals than going for long-term rentals? So first of all, they would get an increase on investment. It's going to be like 20 to 25% more on average than what they would be getting in long-term rentals. The second reason is that their property would be vacant on transfer, because as you know, in long-term rentals, when you put a tenant inside the property, if you want him to get out of your property or whatever, you have to give him a 1-year notice, and it has to be for two reasons. Either he wants to move in the property or his close family member, or he wants to sell the unit. Otherwise, he cannot keep the tenant from renewing the contract. You know that. So in short-term rentals, the contract with us is 12 months, but the owner can end it whenever he wants. He just needs to give us 30 days notice, and that's it. No long-term commitment, no penalty. He just ends the contract. So if he wants to sell his unit later on or whatever, it would be vacant on transfer. And a lot of people who are buying properties, they would prefer a property that's vacant on transfer than a property that's tenanted.
For sure.
Okay.
For sure.
And the third reason would be that the owner has property management at all time on his property. Like usually people who do long-term rentals, sometimes they don't want the headache of the tenants, so they would pay to property managers 5% or whatever they are charging to manage their property, take the headache of the tenants, whatever. But we do that including our package, like including everything we do. I'll explain everything we do.
Okay, we'll talk about the fees later.
Yes. We talk about everything later. And the last reason is that he will have more flexibility with his unit, other than it would be vacant on transfer, because you know here in Dubai the market is crazy. The prices can go up, they can go down, whatever. So if like you have a unit and then the tenant is paying, let's say 100k, who's staying inside for long-term rental, and then the next year the market price goes up hugely, like in a very good
like what happened for last few years, some areas since COVID prices almost doubled, but
exactly.
There is a rental index, and by law you can increase only by 10 or 15%, 20% maximum. So that's a good advantage, because you always adjust your as per market rental, and especially now the high demand, the season. I know that the holiday homes rental is doing very well, and
exactly.
the owners are very happy with the returns.
Yeah. Exactly. So when they would have locked in during COVID or whatever, they locked in a tenant that's paying like less than the market price now. So if for sure this tenant, he knows that he's paying below market price and that the owner cannot increase the rental income.
And the tenant in a way taking advantage as per this rental index. Even he knows the market value is much more, but he don't want to move out, and
exactly.
he extended for this slight increase. I think this is one of the reasons, but also as you mentioned at the beginning, I think it's very important that property to be vacant and transfer. For example, now if someone wants to sell the property, most of the buyers, they want to buy it to have it vacant, either for themselves or to move in themselves, or they want to rent it out for short term or whatever. And if there is a long-term rental tenant, they can't evict him, and it's a 1-year notice. So that's the important thing, that you have this advantage if you give your apartment for the short term, that just with a 1 month notice you can get a property vacant. And also another thing, for example, international investors, if an owner comes to Dubai and he wants to stay in his unit for, let's say, for 1 month, so you can book these days for him without any charge. You just pay for the cleaning, whatever, and he can stay in his own apartment.
Exactly.
Which you don't have this option if you rent it for long term, so you cannot bother the tenant during the year. In this case, so you have a lot of advantages. So first of all, in general, higher income, but again, it depends on the season, depends on the market, yes. But my personal opinion, the most important that it can be vacant and transfer, and flexibility, and
more
also
income.
Yes, more income.
Exactly.
And also, if you want to stay yourself, even maybe for 2 months or 3 months, for example, yes, you can do that.
You can use it. Like a lot of owners, they want to come during the holidays, during whatever. They don't want to take a hotel. Why would they take a hotel and they have a property in Dubai? So they can stay in the property themselves, or if they have family coming, they can use the property as well. Like they wouldn't have to pay for a hotel. Okay, but Of course, short term is a very good business in Dubai, but it's not for every landlord. It doesn't work for every building. It depends on the building.
Yes.
I'll make a projection report to the owner, to tell them how much they would generate out of the property. So of course, why wouldn't it be a good idea sometimes to do short term? So the main two reasons is that if the owner wants like one check directly, he needs this money, like he's depending on the return of this property, he needs one check, two checks, 4 checks maximum. He's going to go for long term.
Yeah, he can get it with a short term.
Exactly.
You pay monthly or you pay quarterly?
We pay monthly.
Monthly.
For the short term, we pay monthly. So technically, he's getting 12 checks. So every 10th of the month, I will send the money to the owner. So technically, he's getting 12 checks, which for some owners is not very convenient. And the second reason is that sometimes the landlord will tell me I have a property in this location or that location. Sometimes the location is not
great for short term.
Like we cannot like advise all the landlords in all the buildings to do short term. Like it's case by case. Okay, it's case by case. Even there are some buildings in prime areas in Dubai that would perform better on long term than on short term. Like you need to be really a specialist to know these things, to know inside the market.
And you are the right specialist to advise and to guide them accordingly.
Yes. Also,
Maria,
so we're managed by a company that where there is experts in the short term. Like they've been doing short term since it is legal in Dubai. Like it's been legal in Dubai for almost 5 years. So they're doing it since then. So they know the market inside out really, and yeah.
Sounds good. Maria, tell us now about the fees. So the charges, the fees, how it works, what's the process, the contract, and how much they need to pay.
For sure. Okay, so I will tell you first of all what we do exactly, and then the fees. Okay, so what we're going to do is first of all, of course, the property has to be furnished.
So either a landlord furnish himself, or you have a packages for him.
Yes, we do have packages. We can furnish his property in 5 to 10 days very easily. Like we furnish it, it's very fast because this person who furnishes for us, like she does the furniture especially for holiday homes. She knows, like, because in holiday homes there's a huge checklist of items
from Dubai tourism department.
Exactly. There's even stuff that you don't even think about that needs to be there. So her package includes everything. She does it very fast. She thinks like the investors think. They want something fast, good quality, and this is what she offers.
Briefly about maybe packages, you mentioned the prices, the packages for furniture.
For sure. So it depends on the number of bedrooms and it depends on the quality of furniture. All the furniture packages, they include the same thing. Of course, in the better packages, more decoration is included.
So maybe, let's say, if it's a more luxury property, let's say in prime areas, you better go for the higher package. But if it's like more affordable area, it doesn't make sense to buy expensive furniture. You go for the cheaper one,
sure,
right?
Exactly. Like sometimes, of course, if the property, like he has a property in not a very expensive area or high-end area, and sometimes the owners, they want to furnish luxuriously. Okay, so of course it would get them more money, but maybe not more than what they invested on. So you need also to know how to advise them which furniture package to take. Okay, so we do offer for 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, for whatever. We have the basic, the mid-range, and the upgraded. For example, for the 1 bedroom, between the mid-range and the upgraded, it varies between 25k and the 50k. It depends. The more you add, the more there is. It's very detailed. I will send a quotation to the owners when they request.
So let's say the starting package for 1 bedroom apartment for the basic furniture will be around 25,000 dirhams, which is around $7,000 US. Then it can go up to.
Exactly, it can go up. The more it's upgraded, the more it can go up.
And 2 bedroom?
2 bedroom between 35k and 65k, approximately.
Okay, let's say from $10,000. Mariam, now then tell us what is more in demand? Is either it's a studios, 1 beds or 2 beds. So what kind of units it's doing better?
So everything is getting booked very fast because there's many types of clientele. There are families, there are people that come alone. But as I can see that the 1 bedrooms and the studios get rented faster because there is a lot of people that come alone to Dubai. They come for work, like they want studios and 1 bedrooms. So yeah, these get rented very, very, very fast. And actually, the most percentage of units that there are under holiday homes is like 1 bedrooms and studios.
1 bed.
Yes, but everything gets booked. The occupancy rate in our company is 90%. So yeah, really, the properties are getting very booked. Doesn't matter the season. Of course, as I told you, this business is based on seasonality. Like the owners can expect less in the summer than what they expect in the winter, but still the properties will get booked, but for a lower rate in the summer.
So you calculate the income generally for the year, right? For example, summer, of course, you reduce the rent rent is lower, but still you keep it occupied, right?
Yes.
And high season from October till March, then it's, you increase the prices and you get more income. But then you calculate your return based on the whole year.
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
Okay, now then your charges, your fees, how
Okay.
much you charge from the income and how it works.
Okay, so let me continue on the part
Yeah.
of what we do. So the property has to be furnished. I will send someone to make an inspection to make sure that all the checklist that needs to be available is in there. There's nothing required as of in maintenance or anything. Then I will organize a deep cleaning, like this person will organize a deep cleaning. They will organize a professional photo shoot, and we will post the properties on Airbnb, booking.com, our website, all these properties that are popular among guests to book the properties. Okay, and then people will start booking the unit, obviously, and then we will organize the check-ins and the check-outs. We do everything is fully personalized. Like if the guest wants to check in, even if he wants to check in at 3 in the morning, I will send someone. He will check him in, show him around the property, show him around the building, and then when they check out, I will send someone to do a cleaning, and then they will do an inspection all over again and an inventory control. They will make sure that nothing is damaged. Like the property needs to be as we gave it to them.
Yeah.
Obviously, like it's very important for us to maintain the unit well. Like it's not only important for us to generate money for the landlord, we have to also keep it in as he gave it to us, like in good shape. Okay, and then we will do the booking, so on and so forth, and yeah. And then every third of the month, I will send the owner a statement of what's been debited, what's been credited, and then every 10th of the month, I will send him the money. Okay, and he will have access to an application. He can track all the bookings. He can know who's inside his property, how much they're paying, how long they're staying. Everything is fully transparent on this application. So as for our charges, so we do charge 20% management fee.
From the total revenue.
Exactly.
So first from this revenue, all the expenses like the service charges, electricity, water, all the utilities, and then you take 20%, or from the total revenue 20%?
No, so out of the booking value.
Out of the booking value.
Exactly.
Okay.
No, so out of the net, like
Okay.
whatever, like when, imagine we get gross a certain amount, okay? So out of the certain amount, we have to deduct the jiwa, the chiller, if there is chiller, the Wi-Fi, the gas, and there is also something called platform fees. I will explain this to you. So when we post a property on Airbnb and booking.com, exactly, even before giving us the money, they take their 15% plus VAT. Yes, they take their 15% plus VAT. So these are also deducted. But on Airbnb and booking.com, we slightly raise the prices more than our website so that the owner doesn't lose much. And 45% of our bookings are direct. And when the booking is direct, like these 15%, they would not be taken. They go to the owner. Okay, so yeah, and we work more on trying to get direct bookings so the owner doesn't lose much. Okay, so after deducting all of this, plus also the tenant, when he pays, he obviously pays for things from his side. The tourism tax, which is 10 dirham per night. He pays for the VAT, which is 5%, and he pays for the cleaning fee. So also we have to remove these charges from him. I know when like the landlord hears of all of these charges, he will like be scared, like, oh, there is a lot of charges to be paid, but no, he should be getting 20 to 25% more than long-term rentals, even after deducting all of these charges. Okay, so this is net to him. So after removing all of this, we take our 20%. So if
from the net profit, you take 20% and 80% beginning of each month, you send it to his account.
Exactly. So if the landlord doesn't earn anything, we don't earn anything. We're charging 20%. The more he gets, the more we get. So obviously we're going to work on getting him the most we can, because we also are getting the most of it. And for your knowledge to know that from our company, like there are not many companies that are superhost on Airbnb, because the more units you have, the more it's hard to maintain. So we're one of these few companies that have superhost on Airbnb. Why do you get superhost? It's because like you have very good star reviews, like your star reviews is very
How many
high.
units under management at the moment?
Okay, so we're actually two sister companies, as I told you in the beginning. So there's another holiday homes company that's called Vacationer that's managing us.
They are one of the biggest, on the market.
It's the management in there. They've been in the holiday homes business for as long as it is legal in Dubai.
Okay, they used to work for another company and then they
they opened their own company. So they're super.
And now they are partners with us, with Aqua Properties,
Exactly.
locations, holiday homes.
Same management, exactly.
Okay.
So we're managing approximately between the two of us, like 160 units. But
160
honestly,
units.
like now that the season is coming, like the winter is coming in, we are getting way more units now. So hopefully we will get even more units.
Very nice.
Okay.
Very nice.
And even, for example, the check-in and check-out agents that do this, which is very important because this whole business is based on reviews. Like when people see that the property has good reviews, they will book it. And when they see that it has one bad review, why would they book this unit and not a unit that's booked, fully booked? So these agents that do the check-ins, the check-out, take care of the guests and everything, they're also very experienced, and this is why we get all of these good reviews, thanks to them, really. So it's very important to keep up the good reviews, because this is why we can raise the occupancy rate is raised more, we can raise more the rates and everything. Anyways, like if there's anyone that's interested in short term, we can get in touch. I can make projection reports for them to tell them how much they can earn. Of course, in short term, like the landlords have to know that there's no such thing written on the contract. Like we will get you 200K.
Yeah, it's not guaranteed. Yeah, you should understand that it's not guaranteed. If you get in the annual rent contract, it's mentioned in the contract. But here it depends on the season, depends on the location, on the building, on the apartment, but average we can expect over the year around 20-25% more comparing to the annual rent.
Yes,
Right.
and I also wanted to mention which are like the best areas for short term in Dubai. Of course, like it can work in a lot of places, but the best areas are downtown, Business Bay, Palm, JBR, Marina, and also there are some areas that are like, for example, JVC, Sport City,
It's
Arjan.
more affordable prices, like maybe half
Exactly.
comparing to downtown and Business Bay, and that's why it's only like 15 minutes drive to Business Bay, so it makes sense. And I have few of my friends, they have a property for short-term rentals in JVC, and it's doing very well. It's much more compared to the annual rent.
Exactly. Like, of course, these downtown, Business Bay, Palm, all of these are super good areas, but not everyone affords them. Like a lot of people are coming to Dubai and they want to stay in like Airbnbs because they cannot afford hotels. And they don't want to pay also for downtown, so they go to these areas that are not very far, that are 15 minutes, 20 minutes away. I'm not telling you like super far away, but these areas also perform very well, like the areas that are close to the prime areas but are not as expensive. Okay, so they perform very well. And
a few of my clients I referred to Mariam, and we already started running the business, and the owner started getting an income, and I see that it's reasons that we discussed before, that why it makes sense to do the short term, and I encourage my clients also to try. At least we can try for, let's say, for 6 months. We see how it goes. If the client is happy, then we continue. If not, we can always rent it for annual rent.
And just to add on one thing, like it's becoming very popular now. Like the landlords before, they were more comfortable doing long term because they know they're getting their check easily and everything, so they're more comfortable doing it. But now these a lot of landlords, like the number of units in holiday homes have increased so much from last year until this year, because now they want like they can potentially earn more, so they say like, why not have the potential to earn more? So and like the contract is very easily broken, whatever the reason they want, there's no long-term commitment.
I would say this is
so
one of the main reasons.
Exactly. So if they see that it's not working out really well, they can just end the contract directly and go for long-term. But if they go in the beginning for long-term, it's very hard for them to switch back to short term. Okay, so it's a very good, it's a very like innovative business, and like landlords are very happy with short term. And of course, the landlords, they need to know that like it's a short term, but it's a long term commitment in the future. Like what I mean is that the more they stay in it, the more they will earn. Like because the property will have more exposure, have more reviews and everything, and of course
maybe even repeat clients, people who book this year, they will come again the next year, so it will be
exactly. So and obviously, like if it's a good short-term rental company, it will keep the unit like well maintained. Usually there should be less wear and tear in short term than in long term, because when you put someone in property for long term, you keep him for 1 year, 2 years, you don't know what's happening in your property. They can just ruin it, and they wouldn't care. Like if the sofa like tears, they will not care. But for us, we care a lot about every detail in the property, so we will work on keeping it well maintained.
Amazing.
Okay.
Amazing.
So yeah.
Marianne, thank you so much.
Most welcome.
Guys, thank you for watching. If you'd like to get in touch and to have a meeting and consultation with Marianne here in our office, we're here to help you, and we can do the projection, and you can sign the contract and start renting your apartment for short term. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and see you in the next video.
Thank you.